how you guys doing? This is William Myers from Mass Outdoors, back at you with another video. And in today's video, we're at beautiful Flintridge, Ohio. And where we are right now, I don't want to go any closer because I don't want to disturb anything. I don't want to go any further down than where I'm at. But as you can see, this is like an unnatural depression. This is where a Hopewell dig site was. This is where the Hopewell people would quarry flint. And they would trade this flint. They would sculpt it and nap it into usable tools, or they would take the raw ore and they would trade it as far north as Canada, as far south as Florida, and into Texas and things like that, for goods that they wanted, other goods that they wanted. So you're not allowed to take anything, and you really shouldn't disturb anything around in this area. But we're going to go through some of the other trails and show you some of the other sites. Got all my kids out here pretty much for the most part today, only missing like 3. But like I said, this is more of the man-made like trails. We're gonna go on to what's called the Cory Trail, and I haven't been out here for years and years. I actually missed this place. But again, if you guys want to come out here, you'll see things like this. And that is Ohio flint. And this stuff's, treasured. It's a little bit more rough and has more corruptions than, say, like a Georgetown or something like that. But stuff's beautiful. You're never going to find flint that has more color striations than Ohio flint. And this is where it comes from, the Flint Ridge. This vein is estimated anywhere from 10 to 14 miles long and more than a mile wide. Goes from, I'll put the map up here. I can't remember exactly the counties that it goes through. But this is a Hopewell site. And, the Algonquins, the Shoshone, the Cherokee, the Sioux, those are clans that consist of smaller bands, smaller tribes. We know their names because they told us their names. We never met the Hopewell. We never met the Adena. So we actually don't know what they're actually called themselves. In fact, the Adena and the Hopewell are named after farms that were discovered in Chillicothe. The governor of Ohio at that time, so he was like the 6th governor of Ohio. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but you guys could easily Google that. Excuse me. He had a farm, and he discovered an Adena site, and he named it the Adena. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but actually I believe that Adena is a Hebrew name. And the Hopewells are the same thing. They another Hopewell mine, or not mine, but mound, was discovered not too far from that site actually, and they were named the Hopewell. So if you see Adena and Hopewell, that's not what they would actually have called themselves. We just don't know what they would have called themselves. Okay, so again, if you do come to Flint Ridge, it's very, very important that you don't pick up flint. Do not remove flint. In fact, there's signs here that says do not remove flint. So we're at a trailhead right now, and we're going to be going into the woods. We're probably going to make about a 6-mile loop, I believe what it is, and we're going to be following these blazes that are on the trees here. As long as you stay to the left of the blazes, you'll be staying on the Cory Trail. So I'm going to bring you guys along with me. So now we're on the Cory Trail, and literally just littering the ground. Oh, this is flint. Beautiful flint too. I mean, you'll see all kinds of colors, from ghost whites, pearls, to beautiful reds. But again, guys, I can't say this enough. I mean, that's just one big, huge chunk. Oh, wow. Look at that. It's so cool. I'd love to take something from here. I mean, it's like natural. You just want to take something. But just do not take anything. Leave the stuff alone out here.
It's been taken pieces.
I don't know. It looks, that could be just be freeze fractured or something fell on it. But yeah, just littering in the ground is nothing but flint chaff. And that, again, that's from the Adinas and the Hopewell. More of the Hopewell. I mean, just rock sticking out of the ground. That's all flint, as far as the eye can see. But you don't want to disturb things. I might pick a few of them up to show you, but you know, you don't want to. Tooth wart all over the place. There's mayapple. There's tooth wart. And all of these areas that you see out here, I mean, it is hilly. We are in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. I mean, Jesus, man. That's all,
right in there.
That's all just flint chaff. And obviously this is from, I mean, that's a razor blade sitting on the ground right there. It's all just Flint Ridge, Ohio flint. Some of the most colorful, unique flint that you'll ever find. But yeah, like I was saying before I got sidetracked, you can tell that we're kind of in the hills, but then you'll see like unnatural depressions like over here. Like, I don't know if that's coming up on video as much as it should, but that's an ancient quarry site. That's a dig. Again, just keep following these blazes. So, you know, all this stuff that comes to the surface, that's on the surface, you know, anybody that does any napping will know that this is probably freeze fractured stuff, and it's going to have crystals running all through it. And don't get me wrong, that stuff, you know, for jewelry purposes and stuff like that can be absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. But, you know, most nappers will know it's not very good for napping. But, you know, you dig 10, 12 foot down, and there's a place not too far from here called Nether's Farm that they take excavators out, and they'll dig big quarry sites for people to come and quarry their own flint. And you know, that stuff at the top, the very top layer, might not be so desirable. It has some color variations in it, but usually it's some nice, this pearl oaks and opal looking to grays and things like that. But you get deeper into the ground, 10, like I said, 8, 9, 10 feet down, and you'll start finding rainbowed flint, reds, some blues, yellows. You know, it's just, like I said, some of the most beautiful flint in the world. Makes some of the craziest, nicest looking arrowheads and spear points that you're ever going to find. All right, so I've stumbled upon what's really going to show you guys what Flint Ridge has to offer. And I will pick this up, but I'm going to literally put this right back where it came from. I mean, the colors in that is just crazy. I'm really hoping that that gets picked up. I mean, look at this. Yeah. And that's all. Well, at one point, it was all nappable flint.
And remember, right back where you found it, guys.
Look at that. Look at that. You know, and I'm a flint napper myself. Oh, wow, look at that. So me seeing this stuff is just like a kid in a candy store, man. I love to nap. It's great. Oh, wow, dude. Just put everything back where you found it. Kids are going crazy, looking at everything. Remember, guys, I don't mind if you touch, but don't pick up and put everything back where you found it. Oh, you think you found an artifact?
look
Crazy.
at that. Look at that one right there. Oh, it's got like multiple fractures and all that.
Oh yeah, you can see the chip marks in it where somebody may have been pressure flaking. Oh wow.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful flint out here. You know, one of the reasons why I'm doing this video is because one of the guys that were instrumental in teaching me how to flint nap really spent a lot of time and kind of took me under his wing when I was younger was Keith Hooper. Great guy, outstanding guy. Literally the nicest guy you're ever going to meet in your life. And unfortunately, recently he passed away. So, you know, if anything, this video is most definitely dedicated to him. And definitely will be in my memory for the rest of my life. And my kids as well. But yeah, he would he'd be freaking out here, that's for sure. He would we'd have to probably chain him up and drag him out of here. You know, one of the things about being out here, and you know, this isn't like bush hippie stuff. Trust me, I'm not gonna drive a Prius or turn vegan on you guys, but you get a sense of what happened here, you know, 14,000 years ago. It's a rough estimate on what archaeologists say. But, you know, right where I'm standing here, I'm standing literally on piles and piles of flakes. And I can see in these flakes, I can see pressure flake I'm sorry, I can't talk. Pressure flake scars. I can see conchoidal fractured where this was smacked. You can almost see a little bit of like an arroyal, what they call an arroyal scar. And these are all signs that if they're not there, then it's like a natural flake, I guess I should say. But if you get these backwashed vibration scars and these pressure flake scars, you could tell this is a flake that was man-made. It was taken off by man. So even if you look around, you can see that this is saw-cut wood, but you kind of get a sense that this ore was mined and somebody sat literally right here. A group of people sat right here for probably 100 years and knapped stone. Made spear points and arrowheads and knives and other cutting tools, or packed ore away to be traded. It's a really cool site. If you guys are in Ohio, anywhere near the Zanesville area, this is about 20 miles west of Zanesville off of 70, not too far off of I-70. You know, I'm off the trail about 4 or 5 feet. Technically, I really shouldn't be doing this, but that being said, I've got to get footage of this. This is definitely a really, really cool site here. This is definitely somewhere people nap their butts off.
You can see it. And this is a whole like 50-foot radius circle.
Yeah, definitely. Crazy. All right, retrace your steps back.
Yep.
All right, just as a little pan, kind of gets a little obvious from here where we're at. I mean, those are all quarries. All these little depressions and holes that are gathering water, holding water.
Oh, look at that giant piece of flint right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy hell.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Beautiful. That's a trail going right through it for me.
So there's a main quarry up here that I would suspect, like I said, it's been a long time since I've been here, but I think this is one of the hotbeds where they really spent a lot of time in quarrying out Flint. I'll know it when I see it. I haven't been here since I was a kid, but I will know it when I see it. Okay. Massive, massive quarry there. And you can see all through these, you can see unnatural depressions. Some of these are just hills, but you could see man-made, unnatural depressions around here. It's all quarry. And then here's the quarry rim. The bigger ones. Cannot imagine how long it took for the Hopewell people to dig this out. I can't imagine. I mean, they're bringing granite, things like that. They're bringing stone to break stone to mine flint. Cannot imagine how much of an arduous task that was. It's crazy. Yeah, these are all massive quarries throughout here. The trail, and then boom, boom, back-to-back quarries there. Whoo! There's some digging involved there, son. Whoa, massive, massive, massive hole. I just can't wrap my head around. I mean, literally, everywhere you look, those depressions are quarries. I mean, they're everywhere around here. I just literally can't wrap my head around the hundreds and hundreds of generations out here digging and digging. How many hundreds of people at a time it took to excavate a site. I mean, today, like I said, there's a place not too far from here, about 3 miles from here, called Nether's Farm. They take excavators out there. And it's still like an all-day project for them. Digging the right holes, finding good veins for people to come out and quarry. These were done with sticks, stone tools, and manpower. All right, well, again, I'm just out here with my family. I haven't been here since I was a kid, but I definitely wanted to bring my kids out here and show them the culture that we have here in Central Ohio. I wanted to bring you guys along with us. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all the natural quarries and the rock that's around here. You know, if you read the sign, this is what this area was known for. It's still known for today. Ohio Flint is prized for its different colorations. Not so much nappability. It is a little on the more difficult side, I'd say. But, you know, in my opinion, obsidian is rather on the difficult side to nap because of it's fragile, very, very fragile. Something like an English flint or even Dutch flint, that's like top 10, really, really good stuff to nap. This is like a 5 or a 6. You know, it's not very buttery, especially if you get things that are too close to the surface. It's got a lot of crystals and inclusions, lots of stress fractures, freeze fractures, stuff like that. There's really, really good buttery nappable flint here, but you got to work at it to get it. And that's going to be our next video, is heading over to Nether's Farm and getting some good nappable flint. But again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, click subscribe. You can contribute to the channel by going to Buy Me a Coffee, and those links will be in the description below. You can also pick up some Manus Outdoors merch at bonfire.com/Manus Outdoors. Links to that will also be in the description below. But again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully we'll see you out in the woods.